and we have to discuss about the detail about this head of the humerus. Head of the humerus, it articulates with the glenoid cavity to form a shoulder joint. The diameter of the head of the humerus is more than the glenoid cavity articular surface. So what happens, and there is a more chance to dislocate in the inferior aspect, because if it is going towards the superior aspect and there is a coracoid process and acromion process is there, and coracoacromial ligament is there, it is made up by the fibrous tissue. So, and there is a upward dislocation is commonly not possible, but the lower side, when abducted and there is a dislocation in the lower side is commonly possible. So here, and that is concerned about the head of the humerus, and below the head of the humerus at this region and this constricted part, it is a constricted part and it is called by the neck of the humerus. So the neck of the humerus, and it separates the greater tubercle and lateral side and the anterior tubercle in the inferior anterior side and by this neck from the head. So it is named as a anatomical neck. It is called by the anatomical neck. Anatomical neck, it separates the anteriorly and this lesser tubercle and lateral side this greater tubercle from the end of the humerus. This part it is called by the anatomical neck. Next is a surgical neck. Surgical neck, and where this upper end it fuses and it is attached to the shaft of the humerus. So, and this part is called by from here, and this is called by the surgical neck. And in the surgical neck, and commonly fracture is common in the surgical neck. And if this surgical neck fracture takes place in this region, and there is a axillary nerve that is passing from around this surgical neck, and there is a chance to injure the axillary nerve, and leads to what happens, there is a paralysis of the pectoralis minor, and there is a paralysis of this shoulder joint, and there is a paralysis of the deltoid muscle, and that is a very important nerve that is coming from the posterior guard of the brachial plexus. So here next we have to discuss about this attachment on the greater tubercle of the humerus. So this is a greater tubercle. It has a anterior border, and anterior border is prominent, and there is a lateral surface, there is a superior surface is there. In greater tubercle it has a superior surface and lateral surface, and anterior border there is a faintly, there is a posterior border is there. So the superior surface, and it is a smooth compared to the lateral surface, and the superior surface it receives the three muscles, and from anterior to posterior in the superior, anterior to posterior, and this anterior impression for the and the supraspinatus muscle, and the middle impression, and for the middle impression the infraspinatus muscle and insertion takes place posteriorly, and there is a teres minor muscle insertion takes place. So here, and there is a this supraspinous fossa, and it gives the supraspinatus muscle, and this supraspinatus muscle arises from the supraspinous fossa, and these muscle fibers they runs towards horizontally and towards the lateral side. This side is the lateral side and this side is the medial side. So here, and these muscle fibers runs and they are inserted on the superiorly anterior impression, and here on the superior surface of the greater tubercle of the humerus. There is this one is a infraspinous surface or infraspinous fossa. So this infraspinous fossa, it gives the infraspinatus muscle, and this infraspinatus muscle fibers they ascend upwards, forwards and laterally, and these fibers are inserted in the middle impression of the superior surface of the humerus, and these fibers are coming like this, and these fibers are arising from the inferior surface of the infraspinous fossa, and these fibers ascend upwards, forwards and laterally, and they are inserted in the middle impression of the superior surface of the greater tubercle of the humerus. Here its insertion. Next, and here in this region there is a teres minor muscle. Teres minor muscle is arised by the two digitations, and this one is a upper and this one is a lower. In between these two, there is a circumflex scapular artery. It will enters into the dorsal surface of the scapula, and these muscle fibers, they ascend upwards, forwards and laterally. They are inserted into the posterior impression of the lesser tubercle of the humerus, the greater tubercle of the humerus. Once again, the pectoralis minor muscle. This is the pectoralis. Pectoralis minor muscle. Teres minor muscle. It is a teres minor muscle arises by the two digitations in the dorsal surface along with the lateral border of the scapula, and these muscle fibers, they ascend upwards, forwards and laterally, and they ascend upwards, they are inserted into the posterior impression of the greater tubercle of the humerus. Next is and this once again this attachment, you listen the attachment, and here and the attachment on the superior surface of the greater tubercle of the humerus. So this greater tubercle of the humerus, this one is a greater tubercle. The muscle fibers supraspinous fossa, it gives the supraspinatus muscle, and these muscle fibers, they run towards laterally and inferior to this acromion process and superior to the capsule of the shoulder joint, and they run towards laterally. They are inserted on the superior surface, anterior impression of the greater tubercle of the humerus. So here, and this is supraspinatus muscle, supraspinatus muscle. It arises from the supraspinous fossa. Its muscle fibers runs horizontally, and they are inserted into the anterior impression of the superior surface of the greater tubercle of the humerus. And this one is the infraspinatus muscle. Infraspinatus muscle, it arises from the infraspinous fossa, that slightly ascends upwards, forwards and laterally, and they are inserted into the middle impression of the superior surface of the greater tubercle of the humerus. So here, this is the infraspinous fossa, and it gives the infraspinatus muscle, and this muscle fibers, they ascend upwards, forwards and laterally. They form the tendon, and the tendon is inserted on the superior surface of the greater tubercle of the humerus. That takes the middle impression, and then this teres minor muscle. Teres minor muscle, it arises from the dorsal surface of the scapula. This is the teres minor, and this is the infraspinatus muscle. This one is a teres minor. Teres minor muscle, this is the dorsal surface. Teres minor muscle, it arises just inferior to the infraglenoid tubercle by the two digitations, and from here and this in the teres minor muscle it arises, and in between the two impression there is a circumflex humeral and circumflex scapular artery, it enters into the dorsal surface. Here there is a teres minor muscle, two digitation, and this muscle and it ascends upwards, forwards and laterally, and it inserted into the posterior impression of the greater tubercle of the superior surface of the humerus. So here, this is the dorsal surface and inferior to the infraspinatus muscle, and it connected by the two digitations, and after origin, in between the two digitations there is a circumflex scapular arteries there, and these muscle fibers, they ascend upwards, forwards and laterally. They inserted on the posterior impression of the greater tubercle of the humerus.